Hello everybody and welcome to the Chase LCQ for the Season 9 NRSL Outback Xfinity Series. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we are finally here. And this probably will be a big meme in the process. Here in the booth with me, Johnny Gardner. Johnny, how are you doing?
Well, but did somebody say a big meme? I thought I was the big meme show. Oh wait, I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll see though. Johnny, it's crazy that we're here. So while we go through the top 10 and we go through the rest of your starting lineup, so we'll do the top 10. We'll explain how the Chase LCQ works. But first, our top 10, like I mentioned, Carter Friesen, the unofficial poll for today's race. Next to him, Jake Baskinger. Third, Cole Baker. Fourth, Ryan Acosta. Fifth, Bobo Jones. Sixth, Gary Owen. Seventh, Andrew Miller. Eighth, Austin Yoakum. Ninth, Rob Evans, completing top 10, Travis Crampton. And here's the rest of your starting lineup from 11th and 12th on back. Now, for those who are brand new to this, Johnny, go ahead and explain the rules that are going to come on by here for this race weekend for both Xfinity and Cup.
Well, this is the last chance qualifier to make the chase. Whoever wins this event is locked into the chase.
Top two, actually.
Excuse me.
Top two non-chasers. So if any of the chasers manage to get the top positions, hell, if all 12 others get the top 12, the one who's in 13th and 14th, they'll get in. Final row is Eugene Max and Nathan Stapleton. So who are our 12 companions that will probably play a bit spoiler, but really won't have to worry about much there, Johnny? Who are those lucky drivers?
Oh boy, I want to say Michael Walton. Michael Walton's one of them, if I remember correctly. And you also and Skylar Dixon are the two wild cards.
And then our top 10 in the points.
You can cover that.
Oh, because I guess I got to do everything now. Nah, I'm just kidding. But the top 10 in points that are coming in for this race, of course, they include the following of Adam Garcia, James Ellison, Joshua Sicoli, Sebastian Kukulon, Brandon Krasta, Carter Friesen, Aaron Douglas, Jake Baskinger, Daniel Olson, Vince Freeze, now and including with, like I mentioned before, Skylar Dixon, Michael Walton. All 12 of those drivers, they don't have to worry about this. They can play spoiler whatever way possible, and they can help their own teammates if necessary for those that do. And Johnny, this is a very big event because I know it's a last chance qualifier, but what do you do in the situation if you're the person that makes it in? What do you even do?
Well, if you're the one that makes it in, you should be smart and be cautious in case that big one strikes too, to be safe. But if that big one strikes, all hell's gonna lose.
And you know these drivers, you know, they're going to know it's Talladega. The big one is going to strike at some point. But also another thing, too, is the fact of, you know, if you're like, say, Sebastian Kukulon, you could find one of your teammates and help them out. And the same can be said for Daniel Olson and even Vince Freeze. So keep an eye on that. We'll see as that goes in the race. But, of course, let's get the command to fire the engines here at Talladega, presented by T-Mobile.
Drivers, start your engines.
As there's the command, we're about ready to turn them loose. And oh boy, I hate to do picks because I don't want to jinx anybody here because I have learned that lesson the hard way, so.
Uh-oh, somebody didn't get going.
Oh, that's Jonathan Zorlin in the 12. And hopefully if they can get him back out quickly, then, oh boy. That's a tough break right there for Jonathan Zorlin, who's one of the drivers that's also not coming back next season and all that too. So Carter Friesen, Jake Baskinger, a pair of guys that are locked in the chase for next season. You'll see red banners on their cars for when we head to Orlando for the first chase race of the season. So we shall see what will happen. The rest of the field's caught up, which you could see there. But the 41 drivers are going to line up right here. Friesen and Baskinger, like as mentioned, the front row. Who's going to play the benefactor of the doubt? Who's going to be the lucky two people that makes it in? And who's going to be heartbroken in pity of sorrow and sadness? Probably Madison Tall. Green flag is out, though, and we're underway here at Talladega.
To the pit of misery, dilly dilly.
So far, not really a major advantage by Carter Friesen, but that is going to change now with Jake Baskinger in the 2, trying to do what he can on that high line with help of Ryan Acosta. And look at that, rocking up future teammates next season, Cole Baker and Carter Friesen. They're really not getting enough of a draft on that inside line. Friesen really didn't, or not Friesen, Cole Baker didn't really get going in that Arizona T Supra there.
No, he did not. Looks like Deaver's trying to make it through towards the 2.
But now he's going to get the draft right here, and Another thing too is that the lap sled isn't going to really matter as much. It's like they say, what comes to be is coming to that checker flag and where you're at, P1, P2 if you're a non-chaser there. But of course, Friesen will lead the opening lap. Here comes Bobo Jones, your Daytona opener winner, who's just not had the season to remember here. And it has been a free-falling season ever since he took that win. So he's looking for redemption. Another driver that's definitely looking for redemption after the bad run he had at Thornton that knocked him out of the top 10 in points is Andrew Miller. One of the guys outside the top 10 that did not have a win this season, remained extremely consistent until the last few races, and everything just fell apart for that team.
Yeah, and a big boom confetti eruption too.
Got a couple of drivers starting to work on that inside line behind the 5 that are non-chasers here. Patrick Smith, TJ Hanley. TJ Hanley, a winner a couple weeks ago. Trying to do what he can to go out in front. And Patrick Smith in that 15. Right now, if they came in line right now, Miller and Smith would be the top 2 coming to the line. But of course, that's 29 laps. Anything could happen. And here we go. 4 wide, starting in turn 1. And we're only 3 laps in. Now this is something.
What happened?
Now this is something to ask you, Johnny. Zorlin's coming back out on the course.
Oh.
And he's got to hope for a quick caution because he's a lap down, in danger of being 2. And Vince Almarigo, man, about got turned right here.
Yeah.
So before we ask the question to you, Johnny, is, with this track is, oh boy. And TJ Hanley swung that car to the high line, and they're 4 wide behind the slow car there. Well, at least slow right now, but that'll change once he gets swallowed up in the pack here.
Yeah, the 90 is a sitting duck now, too.
Now, of course, Johnny, Talladega is a fan-favorite track. There's no doubt about it. The rich history that's been around here. What do you think is the key coming into this race, knowing that if you're one of those drivers that's trying to make it into the Chase LCQ, what do you think you got to be thinking in your head there?
Just got to play it smart, make sure you don't do anything stupid.
Looking in the rear of the field, you see Adam Garcia in the middle sticking out in that 4 wide there. And Miller and Patrick Smith, they're kind of wisely just hanging around there just ahead of the pack. But as they say, when it comes to a place like this, you don't want to be too far ahead because this pack's going to eat you up.
Yeah, they're sitting ducks if you get a big lead like that.
Look at Steve Pollard, Benny Watson, Sean Ard, Marty Johnson, all working their way up. And tell you what, Benny Watson's just absolutely cursed in this series here. Nothing has been going right for that team. And he even announced he's not coming back next season. He's going to take a leave of absence and go from there. But of course, he still wants to finish on a high note. And we have seen drivers in the past before that were dead last in the points and even right around that area managed to get one of the spots. So you're Benny Watson. You're not out yet. This is a time where you could still shine.
You can shine here if he pulls it off. Without it.
Riley Keith in the 3, though, starting to make her move and presence known. Patrick Smith already lost second place there. And Steve Pollard, just a man on a mission. He really wants to pass Andrew Miller badly here.
Yeah. The self-funded sponsorship, too, on that 57.
One car kind of tapped the wall a little bit. That was not Steve Pollard, my apologies. Aaron Douglas in the 51, rather. Lightly tapped it, about ready coming off of turn 1, but they're going to at least keep it together in that U-Theory Supra. But for the most part, other than the bit of the 4 wide there, we're remaining calm for now.
Yeah.
But here's the question I want to ask you. Even though it's a 29-lap race, when do you see these drivers, they're going to push the aggression up a little bit here and try to really duke it out?
Probably with 5 to go would be my prediction. However, we also got to take into the account there's also some pit stops that might happen too.
You never know what can happen. It's a very unpredictable racetrack here. Is coming up to the front, Skylar Dixon 3 wide. And I'll tell you what, Dixon kind of fell apart in this last bitter end of races there. But once after Homestead, no other 2-time winner was going to happen, let alone Thornton. Skylar Dixon was good to go. They gave him the thumbs up. Congratulations, you're in the chase. And that big sigh of relief. Look at DeMax and Michael Walton. And DeMax is kind of leading on Pollard. And around they go. Oh, and here we go. It's a huge crash on lap 7 of 29.
And
One
Benny
car upside down.
Watson's
It's
luck
Matthew Eves in the
continues.
36. And Dixon.
Did somebody cue the Price is Right losing horns up in the booth?
That's what I think happened. Right now, Miller would be the first wildcard slot, or not the wildcard slot, but the first driver to make it in. Jonathan Hoff would be the second.
Wow.
Austin Yoke and Patrick Smith, a pair of Meyer Racing Toyota cars. They're not going to join Aaron Douglas right there. Carter Friesen, he's already in the chase. No worries for him. Eli Bright in the 18, crunched. And he will not join his teammates. James Ellison, he's good to go, so no worries for him. There's Matthew Eves. His day is over, and that's basically been a season in a nutshell. And Benny Watson, oh my goodness.
The wings will be extra crispy tonight.
A little smash, too, in the process. Sean Ard also involved. There's Steve Pollard in the 57. Eugene Max, that was the first car I seen go around. I seen once the Max went 4 wide, and he kind of pushed into the 57. That was only going to be a matter of time there.
I don't...
Seen Sicoli's got some damage right there in the 33 in that Coors Light Chevrolet. He's good to go in the chase, and no worries for him. We've seen a lot of the chasers mainly get involved, so that's a lucky break right there. And I'm not sure.
I see a little nose damage on the 60.
He does. I don't know if that's going to affect the 65 at all, but we'll see, though. Some drivers are making indications of coming down pit road, ironic enough, too. TJ Hanley seen the 07. That car's destroyed. Nathan Stapleton, Cole Deaver, they're coming down pit road. Deaver's got a little bit of right side damage, but I don't think that'll really hurt it at all there. It's just a push. Not really too bad. And Jonathan Zorlin, that was a lucky break for the caution, but of course, he'll be 2 laps down, so kind of not looking good for the 12 to make it in as well. And Riley Keith, her last time around here at Talladega, she's going to end up with the back end bent out of shape in that Pepsi Mercedes. They're going to at least try to have her continue, and Evans also coming down pit road. So, that was an interesting type of wreck that happened there. Caution's out for the first time today here at Talladega. Skylar Dixon the leader, but right now your top 2 drivers that are non-chasers, Andrew Miller in the 98, Jonathan Hoff in the 16. Let's take a look at ourselves, our first caution here at Talladega. Welcome back here. As you're going to see Michael Walton start to make an attempt on 4 wide for second place right there. And you see to Max, you know you got to give room to the inside line, but just ran out of room in the high line, just literally shoved Steve Pollard right into the wall with Riley Keith right there. And also, Skylar Dixon barely missed that one right there, even though it didn't really matter much for him there. And Benny Watson had nowhere to go on that one. Oh, you see right there, Sicoli got into Cole Deaver right there in the 9, and those 2 went around. Nathan Stapleton got a piece right there in the 97. I didn't see that, but he did. Garrett Sidner got a piece too. There's Ellison. There's Bobo Jones, TJ Hanley, Ryan Acosta. Oh, Sicoli took a hit in that inside wall right there. Oh, and I think this is going to explain Eli Bright. Yes, it does. And Max.
Someone took a bite out of the combo car.
Patrick Smith in the 15. Oh, that's going to explain Matthew Eads in the 36. So let's just let's rewind a little bit right here and see what happened. Let's go with Patrick Smith in the 15 because I think we're going to see a little more out of that, what happened. And let's see Patrick Smith. He was trying to avoid Benny Watson and Sean Ard. He was trying to figure out where that 74 is going to go. He's checking up. Matthew Eves was not. That's a pair of teammates right there. 15, the 36, and the 46. Wow.
That 36 does a slow carnival ride.
Not only that, too, 15 got a little bit of air, too. So I think it's safe to say the only Meyer Racing Toyota car is going to represent for the Xfinity Series is going to be Aaron Douglas. And ironic enough, he's getting the call-up for Cup next season, too.
Yeah, very true.
James Ellison was stuck on the course right there. Even though it's really not going to matter much for the 39 team, they're going to make the chase. But, you don't want to have this run here to represent your luck in the chase there. Caution's out for the first time today, though. Dixon, your leader, take you back to the green.
No.
Well, we're back as Skylar Dixon is reporting an issue on the 77. And I think the same can be said for Michael Walton in car 21. Now, again, as mentioned, they are chasers, so that's at least a sigh of relief. But this does make you question Because this is a Toyota and a Ford with an issue. At least I thought Michael Walton had an issue, but I think it was mainly because of Skylar Dixon. So Dixon, the 77, is going to surrender the lead. Come on down, and they're going to take a look inside that Super Toyota to see what's happened in that car. But like as mentioned, you don't have to worry about anything there. He's safe.
Yeah, he's safe and sorry, but we'll see what happens.
So while the pace car lights are on, they should be off this time by. Drivers out of the race after that wreck, they include the following of Carter Friesen, Matthew Eves, Eli Bright, Zorlin 2 laps down still right now, Austin Yoakum, as pace car lights are off, Benny Watson, Eugene Max, TJ Hanley, and that is it. James Ellison is 1 lap down in the 39. There's Zorlin working his way up to the front. He was stuck on the apron there. Didn't really get a lot of damage. He just got a little bump into, and he should be okay. Same with the 12 there. So, let's go through your field.
77 had an issue, by the way.
True
That's
that.
what said, it looks like.
And wait a second. Oh, I think the 77's out of the race. Yes, it is. He had an engine issue. Wow. Issues for Skylar Dixon in the 77, and that is a tough break right there. But again, he's in the chase, so that's a lucky, lucky break. Michael Walton will restart as your leader. Second, Andrew Miller. Third, Jonathan Hoff. Fourth, Sebastian Kugelheim. Fifth, Adam Garcia. Sixth, Brandon Krasta. Seventh, Vince Freeze. Eighth, Madison Tall. Ninth, Jackie Tang. Completing the top 10, Garrett Sidner. So, NS Racing is at least representing with some good cars up here, but they got to deal with some traffic up ahead with the Chasers. Let's look through the rest of the field there. Bubba Jones in 11th, 12th, Vince Almariego, 13th, Travis Crampton, 14th, Gary Owen, 15th, Ryan Griffin, 16th, Jay Cook, 17th, Nicholas Guerra, 18th, Aaron Douglas, 19th, Jake Baskinger, completing the top 20, Daniel Olson. Should be interesting to see what happens from there. 21st through 30th is Cole Baker, Elijah Leonard, Marty Johnson, Nathan Stapleton, Ryan Acosta, Rob Evans, Cole Deaver, Riley Keith, Sean Ard, and Patrick Smith. Rest of the field, 31st, Steve Pollard, and 32nd, Joshua Scully, last car in the lead lap. Then we're documented 33rd and 34th, which will be James Ellison and Jonathan Zorlin. So, should be interesting to see what will happen here at Talladega. Maybe we'll go green the rest of the way. We shall see.
We shall see. That's right.
Top two of the non-chasers that would make it in is Miller and Hoff, as green flag is back underway for Michael Walton. So now you can add on for some of the drivers that, you know, the lap machines and the chasers, they're definitely going to be used as a pick. But we'll see what happens, though. I think as far as the wrecks go, there may be another one coming pretty soon. As far as who and what and when, that's a huge question mark.
It is.
I'm telling you, the driver that really wants to make it in badly there is car 98, Andrew Miller. That bad run at Thornton really, really disintegrated the hopes there. And a good run right now, but he's just trying to do what he can to at least get in that top two there. Right now, he's still in it. And the second driver right now would be Madison Tall in the 80. He's trying to get around Ellison, the 39, via the high line. He's going to have some drafting help with Sebastian Kugelheim right there. They're going to get by the 39. He's just a little bit off the pace. Not a whole lot you could see, but you can see they're making work around the Stouffer Chevrolet there. Michael Walton, though, continuing to lead. And you got to give him credit. At least he's making the chase in his final NRSL season altogether. Trying to do the very rare feat of winning an Xfinity and a Cup Series championship. It'd be quite something if he could do it there. Him and Anderson right now are the only two confirmed drivers as of what we know of. And I think Dylan Pote, or not Dylan Pote, I'm sorry. No, that's it, actually. Those two right now, they are the confirmed drivers that could accomplish this feat. We'll see what happens, though, as a new top two emerging, Gary Owen and Jackie Tang right there. Now, Johnny, you've noticed with your team, they know how to do well in certain points in the super speedways that the underdogs always like to shine, or the drivers that don't really do well. and make noise when it comes to these races. Who are you looking at over here in this pack that really could just play the spoiler here?
I wouldn't be surprised because the way it's looking right now, the main pack, like you said, the packs are split. Like I'm going to say now, packs are split. We got the main pack, and then we got towards the others, the second pack towards the back. That got
Oh,
some,
4 wide in the middle of the pack there. Daniel Olson putting Mari Johnson over there.
oh boy.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, Johnny. I seen it. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Sebastian Kugelheim, one of the drivers, still in question as of doing this. A free agent. No one has signed him yet. But he's made the chase, so I guarantee you there's got to be someone out there that is willing to get him. Oh, look at Leonard, the E7.
There.
Man, he was leaning on Marty Johnson there, and I don't know how they didn't wreck, but they kept it together.
That would have been scary if they did wreck again.
Leonard looking to make his first career chase altogether. He's been a part of this series for a couple of seasons, and, well, the first season didn't go so well. The second season went a lot better. Became runner-up in the opener at Daytona. He was as high as 14th even, too, in the point of the season, and failed to make it in thanks to the run at Thornton. But here he is at Talladega. He knows how to handle these super speedways pretty well. We'll see what will happen. And I forgot to mention, too, Gary Owen, he won the actual Talladega race when we first came here. It's kind of ironic that he's here in the same position again, and his teammate, Andrew Miller, is the second driver that's in that battle right now, but that's going to change with Ryan Griffin heading to the front.
Look who's behind him, though.
Cole Deaver. He got involved in that wreck a little earlier. You noticed that. He held on to the car, and look at him going, and you notice we're also getting closer to 10 to go. I think you're going to start to see some of these drivers get aggressive here.
All bets will be off soon.
Let's just take a look real quick at the rear of the field and see who's going to be really slow there. Riley Keith in the 3, in 31st. Sean Ard in 30th. Nathan Stapleton, Patrick Smith, Joshua Sicoli, Steve Pollard. Bobo Jones. I'm surprised he's that off the pace for the 70, but I think mainly because of those cars that were holding them up there. Probably is the reason why there. And Vince Almariego is off the pace as well. Adam Garcia in the 6, he's got a little bit of a buckle in the hood. He's barely hanging on to dear life from Jonathan Hoff. And the one I can guarantee you that he's wanting to help is Garrett Sidner in the 44. Ryan Griffin, though, led at the line.
I don't see the 65 anymore. Did he retire?
Let me see here, then. He didn't retire.
Well, something's amiss. He's 32nd a lap down.
Oh, he's on pit road. He's got an issue. Wow, Rob Evans. And just, I think that's going to solidify his chase hopes just like that. And Jonathan Hoff. Wow, look at this. The 16s losing ground on the pack. Remember, he restarted as the second driver there in that pack. That's a non-chaser,
right.
and he's got a problem there. He flat out lost the pack easily there. Garcia's definitely lost it, but Hoff, he is praying that he can find a way to get in this pack. But 10 laps to go when we come to the line, this time by, and these drivers, ever so slightly, they're approaching Riley Keith. Tell you, the drivers that are looking really good that can play a factor, you got Gary Owen in the 69, Cole Deaver in the 9, Ryan Griffin in the 29, Garrett Sidner in the 44, Andrew Miller in the 98, Elijah Leonard in the 87, and Marty Johnson in the 4. And that's another driver that, you know, with the Seg Keith ordeal there, the only driver that's in, as of what we can speak, is Sebastian Kugelheim. Acosta didn't make it in, which is a shock. And you notice he is not in this battle right here. You got Riley Keith that's damaged off the pace, and then you got Ooh, that's some contact between Sidner and Guerra. But they're going to hold on, and then that was it right there. Right now, it is Cole Deaver in the second spot of that battle there, and Gary Owen. I'm telling you, this is like shades of a couple weeks ago when we were at Talladega, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And
Right.
car 69 out in front. I'm telling you, Bishop Family Racing, they got their Super Speedway program good to go, but I guarantee the driver they're hoping to get up here is Andrew Miller in the 98. And Hoff's lost the pack. So I guarantee you he is hoping for Riley Keith in the 3 to kind of play a little bit of a pick so he can catch up there. Now a battle for the lead. Gary Owen's going to lose it. Michael Walton will take it. Gary Owen's still in that top position there. But that may change, though. Is he going to block Marty Johnson, the 4? He does. Man, he swung that car from high to low quickly.
The elevator move.
And here they come to Riley Keith. They are getting there. Buckle up tight, folks. This is where you get to say the lap cars, hashtag damn lap cars, are going to be in full swing. And if your name is Jonathan Hoff, you better be hoping and praying that 3 car is going to hold up a good number of drivers, because here they come.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Cook in the 99, Gary Owen the 69. Couple of teammates there. All 3 Bishop Family race cars are in this battle, keep in mind. Try to make it in. And here they go. Michael Walton's going to swing by the high line there.
Look at Olsen, but he's trapped.
Wow, Riley Keith trying to block Gary Owen and didn't do a good job. And a pair of chasers getting held up, and now the inside line's going to get held up. That's what you need to see if you're Jonathan Hoff. But the time is ticking. You got to go now. And that 3 car, man, just blocking the field here.
Yeah.
And one of those drivers that got held up real badly there is Elijah Leonard in the 87. And look at Crampton trying to get by the 3. All these drivers in the middle and high line, they're just trying to get around that Pepsi Mercedes. But the drivers that really got held up badly there, Madison Tall, Vince Reese, Cole Baker, and Brandon Crasta. Basically 2 drivers that are trying to get in, 2 drivers not trying to get in. And now the 2 drivers that are trying to get in, they're going to get around the 3. Hoff's way too far back. That's going to be the end for the 16. Now they come to the second slow car. Sean Ard in the 1. Now, if we stay green, as far as those guys that are off of turn 3, they will definitely approach him.
Yep, here we go.
Michael Walton, no issues. He's going to get by the 1. The Bishop Family Racing cars are going to get by Sean Ard. Marty Johnson's going to get by. Daniel Olson's not going to get lucky.
Not this time.
And now the 1 car being on the inside line. Now the outside line's going to really freight train around them. And Olson said, forget this. Even though I got nothing to lose here, I'm getting around you. And that's going to block Nicholas Guerra in the 27.
Heck with this shit, I'm out of here.
I don't blame. Yeah, Hoff's way too far back. I have no idea what's wrong with the 16, but man, that car just absolutely imploded there.
Yeah.
But you look there, you're seeing those guys are working around that Craftsman Corvette there of Sean Ard. And look at that. All the chasers that are there were the ones that got held up the most. Sebastian Kukulai, Braden Krasta, James Ellison, Jake Baskinger. Sean Ard, for whatever reasons, wanting to block the Red Bull Chevrolet Camaro. And we'll go to the high line. I don't know what that's about, but that's going to move Jake Baskinger out of the pack.
Yeah.
So now, with 4 to go, they're back reeled into Michael Wall. Bishop Family Racing, man, they got the cars up here, man. They look like they're going to at least get one of their cars in, but still got some hungry drivers there. And I'm telling you, watch out for that 87 of Elijah Leonard, man. That Bang Chevrolet trying to make it in and he's trying to hold on for dear life. He messaged me a couple days ago and asked what would be the ideal thing for the final race. He said, well, of course, not only to battle for the championship, but hopefully just one last victory. That is the goal I have in mind. And wait a minute, cars are moving up the course. I think Gary Owen's coming down pit road, and he is. Nicholas Scarrett's coming down.
What did I say?
Out of the blue. Oh, and these guys got held up horribly on the inside line. Madison Hall, Daniel Olson, and others. Now everyone else wondering what the heck's going to happen. Miller out in front. Garrett Sidner in second. Oh, boy. This is where the juicy stuff's going to happen there.
Well, what did I say? Pit stops would be a factor.
Oh, they did. And they came out of the blue with no warning. No warning at all. Leonard's moving up the course. I think this entire inside line's coming down. It is. Look at this. Miller and Griffin right now, the top two. Some drivers taking some gas-only stops there. Miller, Griffin, Tang in P3, Leonard P4, way far behind. I don't know if these other drivers are going to come on down. It's possible. But you never know, though. But meanwhile, they're going to battle for the lead. Leonard, I guarantee, is probably telling these guys behind, quit battling. Work with me.
Work with him, man.
And look at this. Walton is, I think, coming down pit road, too. That's indeed the case. Top three. Gonna stay out. I think it's going to come down to Griffin, Miller, and Tang battling this out. White flag coming at the line at Talladega. 1 lap to go.
This is where it's going to get wild.
I think that 87 is just way too far back. The only way he can make it in is just the entire front pack comes on down. Andrew Miller's definitely in the catbird seat. I think it's safe to say he's going to make a move on Griffin for the lead. He wants to solidify himself for Bishop Family Racing. Or is he trying to make sure Tang doesn't get in? Andrew Miller, he's going to represent for Bishop Family Racing. But what about that second place battle? Ryan Griffin versus Jackie Tang. Griffin's going to hold his line. Checker flag in hand. Andrew Miller, Ryan Griffin coming to the front straight. They're the two to advance to the chase.
Wowza.
How about that? Pit stops coming out of the blue. Leonard's going to fall short. But Andrew Miller and Ryan Griffin, Miller definitely redeemed after the horrible run he had at Thornton. And he will make the chase. And Ryan Griffin in car 29, the Little Caesar Chevrolet, the rookie that could, is going to go into the chase playing underdog. Wow.
That is something. Holy crap.
He was your winner at Ireland earlier this season, and well, now comes the question. We now know our 14 drivers. It all comes down to these next 10 weeks of who's going to win that championship. Here are the results. 20 cars finished on the lead lap. But that is it here from Talladega Super Speedway. Thank you guys for watching. If you like, be sure to like, comment your thoughts, subscribe. Part of the NRSL subscribe button down below. You've been watching production of the NRSL where racing is living. Once again, congratulations to Andrew Miller and Ryan Griffin on making the chase. See you guys later for next week for the first chase race, but also tomorrow for the Cup LCQ. Until then, goodbye, everybody.